Hello, darling. Welcome to this episode of The Dex, where we cover trivia and strategy for a different Pokemon each week. I'm PokeKellz, the socialite.
And I'm Grand Duchess Alex. This week, I'm having an absolute ball because we get to act like old-timey rich people.
It is fun, isn't it, darling?
Yes, quite. Muscles Rockefeller.
What?
My driver is waiting out back with my Packard.
What are you saying?
I think I'll go sailing. What do they call it? Oh, yes, I think I'll take a ride on the Titanic.
Whatever, man. It's Cinccino.
Can't repeat the past? Why, of course you can.
Cinccino's the Scarf Pokemon from Gen 5. It's a stylish little chinchilla-looking thing that evolves from Cinccino, and after much debating, we have learned that the proper way to pronounce its name is Cinccino. So there you go, one bet settled.
Their white fur is supposed to be amazingly soft, and they make excellent pets because they're super tidy, and they always clean up after themselves. So polite, so elegant, so cute.
Cinccino have been known to style their fur into scarves, hairstyles, and shawls, all for the sake of fashion, but it has some great side effects too. Their fur secretes oils that deflect attacks, repel dust, and prevent static electricity. The best pet!
Its name is a mix of chino cloth, which is a cotton fabric that's often used in clothes making, and chinchilla. But in French, they upped the glam factor and they called it pashmilla from pashmina, the finest type of cashmere wool you can get.
Fabric, huh?
Oh, most definitely. Wait, do you think maybe this could be an excuse for me to use my favorite title card ever?
You know what? I think it just might.
Oh, yes, okay. When we throw it up in a second, really just look and appreciate how perfect it looks. It's hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon that wear clothes.
Also, go wear clothes.
So just in case you were wondering, chinchillas are small, cute rodents native to South America, and much like Cinccino, they are prized as pets for their docile nature, soft fur, and dust-bathing habits.
Their fur is so clean that bacteria barely ever grows anywhere on their skin, and it's so thick that it acts as both a barrier for disease and an insulator for keeping chinchillas cool. He's like a superhero pet, but unfortunately, it's these same luxurious pelts that have almost led to their downfall as a species.
Yeah, pretty much any chinchilla that's not being turned into a pet at this point is probably going to end up as a coat. Unfortunately, they've been prized for years, not just for coat making, but also shawls and scarves, and it's left the two species that live in the wild critically endangered.
I guess that makes sense though, since chinchillas are so small that you'd need 150 of them just to make one coat. Dang, Pokemon! Endangered species again? Are you trying to tell us something? Do you want us to try and save them or what? Actually, that's probably exactly it.
Is it just me, or does Cinccino sound less like a Pokemon's name and more like a high fashion designer the more I say it? Wow, who are you wearing? Oh, Cinccino, this spring. But actually, that's exactly what Cinccino does. Chinchillas on chinchillas on chinchillas!
But then doesn't Cinccino wearing its own fur as clothes kind of feel like feeding McNuggets to a chicken? Or is it some kind of poignant artistic protest? Maybe they just figure, well, if you're gonna make me into a scarf anyway, I might as well look the part. We'll just put this.
Or what if they all just secretly want to be models? Or what if it's just the sacred ancient tradition of their people passed down after ages of living alongside humans? Man, performance art is so cryptic.
Yeah, man, but the point is, Cinccino looks great, and it's doubly awesome because its design also raises awareness for the real-world critter it's based on. Go figure. Also, go wear clothes.
I don't even get it. It's like an afterthought of some kind? Like talking about clothes reminded you to make sure that everybody was wearing some?
I don't know, you're overthinking it.
Whatever, man. Battle strats.
Right, let's do it.
Pokemon!
Also. I love using Cinccino in battles, and I often do, but don't let that fool you. He's an extremely risky pick. However, he's also one of the rare Pokemon with the ability Skill Link, and almost nothing is more fun than that. Start with a Jolly One and super train it in attack and speed.
Skill Link ensures that any move that hits multiple times will always hit the maximum number of times. Use this to hilarious effect with Rock Blast and Bullet Seed, which hit 5 times each. Those not in the know will be devastated. I've seen it. I've been devastated.
Mix it up with Knockoff, which is always annoying and totally crippling for others. The goal is to constantly keep your opponent guessing and doing as much damage to them as possible, but it's also important to know when to get out of there with U-turn. It'll help keep your momentum going, and Cinccino will live to fight another day.
Of course, I realize mistakes do get made, so why not give it a Focus Sash to hold, a sort of a one-turn insurance policy? When you outspeed your opponent, this can be the difference between a win and a loss.
And that's the magic of battling with Cinccino. Pure horror. But of course, that's not the only way to train one, so as always, here are a few random thoughts.
Swapping Knockoff for Thunder Wave is also a great way to compensate for opponents that can outspeed you, and thanks to Focus Sash, you can use it with relative confidence. Cool, right? See how many you can get with it in one match.
Instead of Rock Blast, you can always go with the stab option and Tail Slap, but it's the least accurate of the 3 skill link moves, and Normal type isn't super effective against anything, so you're just going to want to use it for solid neutral damage.
If you're more concerned about getting your attack power up than surviving extra turns, try this set with a Life Orb or a Choice Band. Just remember they both have their risks, and Cinccino is not very hardy.
And finally, why not try the King's Rock? The extra flinch chance is applied to all 5 hits of each move, so there's actually a fairly reliable 40% chance for flinch per turn. Want to ruin someone's day? This is how it's done. This is how you ruin their day. Be careful. Don't use this power for evil. Use it only for good. It's good.
And that's it, Cinccino, the super cutting-edge, avant-garde animal rights activist. How fashionable.
Click here for more normal type Pokemon and here for more Pokemon from the Unova region. And whoa! Subscribe to this channel, we're great!
Also, if you'd like to support what we do and look good while you do it, click on the link in the description to go to theyeti.com/thedex where you can buy any of these awesome deck shirts that you can see floating over to my right. Super cool nerd clothes for everybody. I'm PokeKellz.
And I'm Grand Duchess Alex. Tune in next week for another Arthurian episode of The Dex.